Good day, my mighty Baboon. How are you all doing? We are back in our Grim Dawn walkthrough, and today we are going to go through the Broken Hills and the Step of Torments. If you remember, our current ultimate goal is to arrive to Homestead, but we still have a long way to go before we arrive there. As soon as we go down the road, if we go on the right here, there is going to be a corpse with at least some greens. Oh, and cool, we got an epic. However, unfortunately, that's not one for us. It's more for a bleeding build. So let's continue. We run south. And in the Broken Hills, we are mainly going to encounter different kind of beasts, mainly boars and harpies. We are gently strolling along the way. Here are the first boars. We continue west. And here are the first harpies. Honestly, most of these enemies are not going to give you much trouble. That should be fine. And our first objective today is to go to the Step of Torments. It is a dungeon that is located in the Broken Hills. But let's first say hello to Silis. Hello Silis. How have you been since the last time I saw you? Not too well, apparently. Now, if we go on the left, that's toward the Barren Islands, and it's the road toward Homestead. But we first turn the other way to go find the Step of Torments. The Step of Torments is a dungeon that is going to be filled with skeletons and ghosts. But don't worry, your French Baboon is not afraid. It should not be too hard for us. It's going to be just here. Just outside of the entrance, there is going to be Kalderos waiting us. And by talking to him, we can also get the reward to the Old Scars quest. You have done as we asked. I am pleased to see this. With their corrupted soul destroyed, this land will begin to heal. In time. The great priest Zarthuzellan was the Arcovian upon whose word all Arcovian necromancers were banished to the Step of Torment. Even in death, he continues to gather the lost souls of Arcovia to his mad word. The time has come to scatter his flock and ease the stain upon the world for good. So we get this new quest, Descent into Torment, where we will need to slay Zarthuzellan. Before we enter the dungeon, let's just go around it in order to get some hidden spoils. I will kill this hero first. And the spoils are going to be just here. Now let's go back and enter the Step of Torments. In this dungeon we have two mutators, Ether Warp. Enemies are going to do more ether damage and have more ether resistance. And Poisonous. Oh, that's a great one for us. More poison damage and resistance, but less vitality resistance. That means that Ravenous Earth is going to do even more damage to the enemies. And here we go. The Step of Torment have 5 floors. And we are only going to go until the 3rd floor to find Zarthuzellan. Step of Torments is the first of the 5 challenge dungeons in Grim Dawn. And the difference between a normal dungeon and a challenge dungeon is that there are some areas in a challenge dungeon that are only accessible if we unlock them by using a special material called a skeleton key. And these locked areas are usually very challenging and harder than the base game. In the Step of Torments, the 4th and 5th floor of the dungeon are locked and need a skeleton key to be unlocked. And don't worry, I plan to do these challenging areas at some point, but because I'm playing hardcore, I want to be cautious and wait to be better prepared before doing them. Another peculiarity of these locked areas is that once you unlock and go into the area, you cannot rift gate out of them. That means that once you are in them, you either finish the area or die. Another reason we want to be cautious when playing in hardcore. So we already finished the 1st floor and now in the 2nd floor. And there is nothing special in the 2nd floor either. We are going to rush it. Along the way we became respected with the rovers, so we are going to have more blueprints waiting for us at their camp. And I also leveled up. Let's put 1 more point into Decay to do more damage. Let's put 1 more point into the Mastery Bar. And finally we can unlock Presence of Virtue. It's a passive skill, and the useful things we get out of it are some offensive ability and energy regeneration. We will probably not add too many points in it at the moment. It really depends. If we lack offensive ability, we might put more. Later on the same skill line, we will also unlock Haven. And this one we will definitely want to put at least 5 points into it to get more health and better healing effects. We never have enough health in Hardcore. The last skill on the line is Rebuke. It has nothing really interesting for us, and we may not even put 1 point into it, we will see. Alright, we should be at the 3rd floor very soon. Here it is. And this floor, Misery, is going to be much more interesting. Not only are we going to find Zarthuzellan here, but there is also going to be a Desecrated Shrine and an Exalted Stash here. The shrine is going to be this way on the left. Along the way, we are going to find a breakable wall here. It's going to have a hidden spoil chest behind. And just below, there is a Desecrated Shrine. It should not be a big problem for us. We just need to be mindful about the fact that many skeletons are going to pop up in the room in addition to the ones that are going to spawn from the shrine. It can be an issue if many parries pop up. Meanwhile, I just see that we got an amulet and I would like to check it. It seems to be a good one. We are trading some health for more damage and offensive ability. And the resistances amount is similar. I like it, so I'm going to equip it. We also have a new component, a Soul Shard. That will give us more vitality damage and also resistance. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's do the shrine. Real easy this one, there is not even one hero. And we got it. Let's take everything and spend our devotion point. We are going to continue to put points into the Viper constellation, and this time we are going to get energy absorbed from enemy spells, which is nice. And we also get some energy leash, which I think is going to be useless for our build, because if I remember correctly, energy leash only triggers when attacking directly with our weapons, or when we use a skill that has part of the damage as a percent of the damage that our weapon does. And unfortunately, Ravenous Hearth and Siphon Souls does not do that. Now let's go on the other side, and on this side there is going to be an Exalted Stash. It does not always spawn at the same place. There is a chance that it will spawn just here in this cell. Unfortunately it's not here. It could also be in this here. Oh, and look, here it is. Let's kill all the skeletons first and let's open it. And ho ho, the Mark of Anguished Lies. Just by the name, sounds like an item I would like to use. Unfortunately, probably not. By level 30, we'll probably have better options. And now, my dear friends, it is time. We are going to meet the Grand Priest Zarthuzellan. A few words about him. He's going to mainly deal elemental damage, and in particular fire damage. If we are not careful, he can deplete our health bar very fast. So something I like to do before starting this fight is to check my resistances. And if I do not have enough fire resistance, I like to drink a Flame Drinker ointment to increase it. And now with 80% resistance, this fight will be a joke. Now, if you navigate the fight well, you should not need to drink the ointment, but in hardcore, I prefer to be a little too cautious than sorry. And let's go. Zarthuzellan is going to be on the other side of this bridge. We jump on him. He's going to summon skeletons from time to time, so we are going to keep an eye on that just in case he summons a priest. And you see, every time he casts this spell that leaves fire under our feet, we are going to move because this deals a lot of damage. And we got him. He dropped his monster infrequent item, the Zarthuzellan Archives. And whoa, that's not too bad. Vitality damage, bonus to Siphon Souls. I might use this one. And good. We also get Vile Scorn Greaves, good boots for us. It is going to give us more damage, more armor, more speed. The only downside is the amount of resistances. Yep, looks good. I'm going to use it when we hit level 35. I will probably also equip these boots. Okay, now let's talk to Kalderos to get our reward. You have destroyed the priest. My master would be pleased. For your service, I bestow upon you this key. It's the only way to unlock the ancient places of this world. Ancient places? Yes, many doors were sealed long ago by ancient powers no lost. The doors before you were secured by such means. But I must warn you, the key will be destroyed once used, and the doors will not remain open for long. Alchamos. He was the Arcovian charged with Ouroboros torments. Now he will suffer for all eternity. Alright, so he gave us a skeleton key and the recipe to craft them, and we could use the key to continue deeper into the challenging part of the dungeon. But as I mentioned earlier, I do not want to do it at the moment. We will go back later when we'll be at a higher level, I promise. Well, if your French Baboon is not dead yet. And you know what? Our inventory is nearly full. So let's go sell our stuff first. These boots have less resistances, but they have more armor. And I like the movement speed increase on this one. Let's equip it. These weapons are not very good. Nope. Okay, these handguards have better resistances and also have some good defensive stats. It is an improvement over the current one we have. And I think the rest is going to be a bunch of crap. So let's sell everything. And let's see our other inventory. Wait, what about this axe? No, it's not going to be better. We don't care about shields. Alright, let's sell everything.
See anything you like?
Kashing. Oh, wait a moment, I forgot that I can now equip the Doomforge breastplate. So let's equip it. And now we just have to go see Darlet to put back all our components. We will probably keep the same component layout.
Bring me back something interesting.
See anything you like?
And I am also starting to be tired of all the components in our inventory. It takes a good chunk of place. So I'm going to go to our transfer chest and I'm going to put all of them in it. That way we'll have more space to hold items. And let's put back the components. While we are here, let's also buy a few more blueprints.
Come see what's left of my wares.
Focusing prism. Not the one I like too much. Silver core bolts. And we do not have enough bits to buy gluttony. By the way, gluttony is a good alternative for our build instead of the bone talisman. Just a thing to remember if you do the same build. And with that, that's going to be it for today. In the next episode, we will continue the road to Homestead and we will enter the Barren Highlands. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and see ya!